I hope to give you in the next half an hour a snapshot of what has happened in the OTT business over the last couple of years. Confession is this: I might not be able to cover everything that has happened. I may not be able to talk about everything, but let's try to get a sense of what has been happening in the last 10 odd years. Evolution of the Indian OTT market. I mean, I'm sorry to use this image for this, but this is what we really are. We are evolving, and just to give the definition of what evolution is, evolution has got the opposite called extinction. You know, it's very capable that we might have businesses and business models die down in the next couple of years. This is a Nielsen image that I picked up. Now look at the number of things that have gone wrong. VCR doesn't exist at all. Okay, Blu-rays, HD DVD, DVRs, all of them, satellite radio, it's all gone wrong. I hope everyone can see this. It's all gone. And then there is this cluster 2000 onwards, the year 2000 onwards, right up to 2015, where we see this surge of personalized viewing. You see Netflix starting off with shipping DVDs to people to becoming an OTT service, actually a technology company from being low-tech. You have Hulu that has come up, you've had Amazon Prime, all of that. Essentially what's happened here is that the audiences have evolved, markets have evolved, and you have reached a stage where business have fallen off the radar like nobody's business. I mean, nobody would have imagined in 1975 when VCR came into existence that in less than 25 years, it's not going to be relevant anymore. And India has evolved from a dial-up internet connection. I remember, and I don't know how many here are old enough to remember this. Remember, no, you're too young to do this. No, I don't think so. Have you guys spent 15,000 rupees for a 500-hour internet connection from VSNL? No, a lot of young faces there. I don't believe you guys. It took Vineet, yes, you would have. You know, it took 2 hours of waiting in a line because lots of people wanted internet connectivity, and 15,000 rupees for a 500-hour connection to Jio. They come to your home to give you the connection. You know, we have come a long way. And most of India has experienced internet directly on their smartphones. You know, I don't think a lot of you guys had to go to NIT to get a computer course done, or Apple. 1993 1988 I did a course in Apple to learn how to use Windows 3.1. Yeah? Aptech, yes, yeah. It was Apple back then. It became Aptech after that. 1990 is when it became Aptech. So yes, I mean, we've all done this. So India is unique. I mean, we jumped from no laptop, no computers to a smartphone, which is a slab in your hand, aluminum or some metal and glass, and that's where you experienced all your internet. I mean, my maid, the pan wala, some chai wala, all of them have experienced internet on their smartphones for the first time. And for India, there is always been a BYT, before YouTube, and an after YouTube. So let me try to give you a sense. You know, in 2005 when YouTube got acquired, 2004, we pitched for the first time to an angel investor. And his question was, India mein video dikhta hai? You know, that was where it was. VCs, most of them didn't believe that video was going to be big and it's going to work. Question before YouTube was that whether people actually watch videos. Then YouTube happened, and after YouTube, that's the AYT stage, you had a scene where extremely slow videos on disastrous lines, going to Desi Tube, Apna Tube, Konkan Tube, every form of tube, which were clones of YouTube. And then you had the broadcasters jumping in, Star Player, Video on the Rocks, all of that happened. There's Big Flicks that came up. I was responsible for setting Nautanki.tv. Then it went down to, you know, there was still innovation happening in that space. There was a lot of things that were going on in that sense. I mean, we were trying, experimenting. People like us, people like me who didn't have money, tried to bring audiences to, tried to take video to where audiences were. people who had a lot of money built a destination. Both didn't work. And it's eventually evolved, call it what you want, to a situation where we are aggregating a lot of catch-up content, catch-up TV, and we are aggregating a lot of movies that no one wants to watch. So that's where we are right now. And of course, the age of Facebook, the age of MCNs. 2 years ago, every VC wanted to fund an MCN. That's not there anymore. And eventually, the realization at this point, at least the VCs and the investors are no longer asking whether people watch videos. Between 2013, in the last just 4 years, we've grown in video ads so much that today when you talk to a telecom operator, and there are telecom representatives from telecom companies who are going to be here later, if you ask them what is the one which is impacting them, what is giving them sleepless nights, it is video. You know, a lot of OTT players experience Jio as the first port of call. I mean, 50%, 60% of your traffic is happening because of that free data that's going on. It's like a drug. You know, it's a very good business strategy. It's like a drug. You've been given this free data and you've been consuming hours of content on that, and eventually someone's going to start charging you. And that's a reality. And video watching is going to continue. Everyone's watching. And then somewhere in the last 3 years, we've had these guys come up and say that, you know what, television is not watched actually. It's not that we didn't know about it, but somebody need to come and tell us that, you know what, television is not watched by the people in the cities, it's also watched by, surprise, surprise, people in the villages. So the rural audiences were added to the mix, and what happened is prime time moved from our classic 8:30, 9 o'clock to 11 o'clock to 6 o'clock. You know, it just moved to 6 o'clock. If you see any television, GEC, the prime time starts at around 6 o'clock and continues till 9:30, because the people in the non-metro cities go to sleep early. They want to watch at around 6 o'clock. That's probably the time when the power is at their best or electricity is available or whatever that is, but this happens. And when the men come home, they don't have anything on TV. It's largely women-centric content that is watched there. Yeah, someone might argue that there is IPL that happens, but that's I think 2 or 3 months in a year. Rest of the time you have nothing else which is going on. And the young do not have anything at all. There is nothing at all that you have to watch on regular television. Which brings us to this, which is one of my favorites. It's a very simple diagram, but it explains. Your free VOD is where a lot of action happens. That's where Facebook videos is, your YouTube videos are, a lot of ad-funded content happens out here. And this is where a lot of people consume video. All those people that I spoke about who come home and do not know what to do are all watching this content. Then there is this transactional thing that happens. There is a cricket match, and if it's for 25 rupees, you watch, you pay and you watch. There is a couple of years ago, we did the Mahindra Blues Festival, where we charged 300 rupees for 2 days. It was an online thing. A lot of people bought that and watched. About 8,000 odd people paid that money to watch that content. So there is this transactional VOD that happened. That's a transitional crowd. So people from free VOD move to their transactional VOD, or pay for a small period of time to get experience of something that do not get otherwise. And then there is the top of the pyramid, which is SVOD, which is where Netflix, Alt, Balaji, a lot of the people who actually want to make money reside in that space. And this is the reality. I mean, the transition between free to SVOD takes some amount of time. And in all of this, I think a lot of us forget about the audience of one. A lot of content programming, a lot of the way the products are built is built to address a wide audience. Actually, it's not a wide audience. It's very possible that the husband wants to see Nagin on Colors and the wife wants to see IPL, and she watches it on Hotstar probably. And it's very possible that the kids want to watch something else. So there is single screen home phenomena, which is nowhere else in the world. India is the only place where there is a very large TV set and there are small screens that are in people's hand. And this has really changed the way OTT has evolved. It's no longer throwing shovelware, I mean, truckloads of content at someone and hoping that some of that content will get watched. Maybe 1,000 people will watch that video and I will earn 40 rupees. It's no longer that. I mean, that's a losing game. And coming back to evolution, my honest belief is, and you all are, you should also disagree on this, we are at the Neanderthal stage of evolution. We really don't know. We've started now from being, on all fours, started standing up and saying that, okay, I need to get counted, but we still don't know where it's going to be. We're just about getting a sense of where we are supposed to be, where we are supposed to go, what are we supposed to do. And in all of this, while there, we also forget that it's not one language. India is not Hindi or English. It's not that at all. It is this fact that there are 22 official languages or 27 official languages and so many dialects. And there are a million stories that are waiting to be told in India. And as long as we are cocooned in this particular idea space that we have a set of audience who wants Bollywood or a set of audience who want just content that's been created elsewhere, it's always going to be a challenge. People pay for stuff that they want to watch. People pay, I mean, if you go to Chennai, people pay good money to go and attend those kacheris. And if you tell that to people here in Bombay, they say, what nonsense, nobody pays for Carnatic musical because it's niche. But the fact is, it's a bunch of niches that actually make the mass work or the audiences pay. And the Bermuda Triangle. Bombay, Delhi, Bangalore. India's great Bermuda Triangle. Anything that goes into these three cities disappears. I mean, honest, I mean, you talk to most of us guys who are in this bubble in these three cities, Delhi, Bombay, Bangalore, wherever, we are in this cocoon which believes that, everything that happens out here is India. Dibrugarh doesn't exist. We saw 400 cities come up in the first couple of hours of going live a couple of weeks ago. And it's continued. I'm seeing cities that I haven't heard of. I don't know India that well. And it's that realization that it's not Bombay, Delhi and Bangalore which is going to make your business. It's going to go beyond. I was on Seoul a couple of years ago and the Koreans told me, the guys at CJ Media told me, you know what, you guys are not looking at Korean content. And I said, what Korean content? What Korean content? They said that Northeast is full of people who watch Korean content. There is an underground movement, bootleg movement, which is based on DVDs of Korean movies. And you guys don't watch mainline OTT platforms, just ignore that. We have a little bit of Korean content out there, but the point that I'm making is that we are not in this three-city triangle, but it's outside of that. I think I already mentioned this. And this, if you can watch, explains where we have evolved to. You have the TVF, AIB, whole bunch of them out there who are doing youth content. You have Hotstar, which is doing sports. OZ does some amount. Sony Live does some amount of sports. And you have all of this. This is the landscape of what we operate in. There is Amazon and Netflix, which scares the hell out of a lot of people, but it's there. And they have an opportunity, and we have an opportunity which is similar. Because we are a 1.27 billion country, which has 800 million TV homes and 200 million print readers. We are a newspaper consuming country, and 910 million mobile users, 450 million internet users, 350 million smartphone, 150 million Facebook users, online video viewers. This is what we are. Every platform has got an audience. There is as much demand for good content that comes on YouTube as much as there is good content that is required on any large OTT platform. There are aggregators who have done good amount of work in terms of getting the content together. Now I just need to evolve into a better experience. And we also have this habit of trying to explain to ourselves that we understand our audiences better. We don't actually. The audiences are much smarter. I know people who would explore torrent for all the new movies. I am sure a whole bunch of people out here have that. How many of you guys have got families which are on WhatsApp? I get your pain, but that's I know what you mean, but that's the place where it is. My mother-in-law is on WhatsApp, and believe me, it's not happy. She sends me links from YouTube which I've never heard of. So that's where we are coming to. And this is something which I firmly believe in. Technology is just an enabler. Don't make tech come out of your behind that piece of glass and slap the audience. It is an enabler. It just is out there to ensure that when somebody comes and presses the play button, it works. If we are pretending anything more than that, and this is a very, very important crowd out here, you guys build great tech. I got Rahul here who builds superb interfaces and technology for us. We always keep telling him that please don't make technology the big thing. It's not technology, it's content and it's the audiences. And this is, our group CEO keeps saying this. Okay. This is something that I want to talk about. Our group CEO keeps saying this, that there is a world, and he's got quoted and repeated, and many people have taken credit to this slide. There's a world that exists between Nagin on TV and Narcos on Netflix. There's a big world that exists out there. If you look at the numbers, Netflix consumers are a very tiny spot on the total number of people who exist in India. And television viewership is still getting where we are supposed to be. This is for some reason on autopilot. Okay. Exploring that and understanding this particular phenomena is what is going to make or break the OTT business. And that's very important in a sense that, we all want to take positions and we all want to take positions and say that we're going to build for one audience or the other. Maybe that's the way to go about it, but the fact is there is a gap which is there. And this is, I've taken this from some novel that I don't remember, but we just need a geo connection actually. I mean, the guy who made this presentation didn't agree to this, so he dropped geo, but that's what it is. Where we are going, we don't need anything other than the free data connection. And remember VCRs? Thank you.